One of my favorite teammates when I was playing for the Indianapolis Colts was Marvin Harrison. Not because of the 143 catches that he had in 2002, not because he had a Hall of Fame career, and definitely not because his locker just happened to be across from me and he was number 88 and 8's my favorite number. He actually was my favorite player on the Indianapolis Colts because of his sponsorship deal with the Jordan brand. Yes, Michael Jordan sneakers. So all the way back in 2007, it was just kind of getting going for Michael Jordan to be able to start branding football and football cleats. And Marvin Harrison used to get these large boxes of cleats and Jordan apparel. Now Marvin Harrison was about 6'1", 180 or so pounds, and I stood at 6'3", 235 pounds at the time. And I couldn't really fit his gear, but it was just something about seeing large shipments. When I say large shipments, I mean huge boxes like they looked like tables were coming in full of Michael Jordan gear. And he would pull out these exclusive shoes with the Colts colors on them, on these Jordan sneakers, retro sneaker cleats. And it was just crazy to me to see him get 15, 16 boxes of sneakers that had cleats on them at the same time. Now, I really wish I could fit him. He wore like a size 12 and I wore a size 14. And I just happened to just be so close that I could see him open them. But just unboxing those sneakers and those cleats just made me feel like, okay, I had arrived. But I love when he got those shipments, as silly as it sounds. But you would open the tag on his shoes and he would show us and it would say, for Marvin Harrison only, number 88. So you couldn't find these in stores. These were some type of rarity that you had never seen before in your life. And so when he got through going through some of his new gear, he would give the rest of it to the guys on the side. Now I mentioned I couldn't fit it, but I was able to take some of it and give it to some of my friends, give it to some of my family members, and that was pretty cool. Sometimes that same type of thing happens like right now, like around now. We see little kids do it all the time now, young kids, teenagers. They stand in line for hours at a time to get some type of a retro sneaker. Usually some type of Michael Jordan or Kanye West sneaker that usually retails somewhere around $200, and they get on and then they sell it over for $1,500 maybe a week or two later, depending on how popular the sneaker is. Well, why am I telling you that? Well, there's 7.8 billion people in this world, and there's only one of you. You matter. There's only one of you. 7.8 billion people in this world, and only one of you. What's the value on your life? What's the value on one of one? If a pair of Yeezy sneakers or Michael Jordan retro sneakers is valuable enough to multiply it by 10, to multiply it by 15 times over, you pay $200, then someone else pays $1,500. What's the value of your life? It's perfect, it's precious, it's absolutely priceless. You matter, you are one of one. As a matter of fact, the day that you were born is the day that God decided that the universe could not exist without you. I'll say it again. The day that you were born is the day that God decided, the creator of the universe decided that the universe could not exist without you. It was not complete without you in it. It wasn't at its maximum potential without you in it. You are one of one. You matter. You are valuable. 7.8 billion people, you are the only one. There is no one with your exact smile, with your exact personality, with your exact energy and your exact focus and your exact passion and zeal. There's no one with your exact sacrifice. There's no one with your life. You have to be thankful for every single second and every single moment that you are on this earth. You matter. You are one of one. There are 24 hours in a day, 1,440 minutes, 86,040 seconds. I need you to make every one of those seconds count. I need you to stop wasting seconds of your life procrastinating. I need you to stop wasting seconds. When you waste seconds, you also wear down your sense, you wear down your sanity, and you wear down the sacrifice that you have already made for this country. I need you to value every single one of your seconds. I need you to be thankful. There are a lot of things that have been said today, but I need you to be thankful for this moment. I don't know if you know this, but on average, 2 people pass away every single second. But you get a chance to watch this. You get a chance to be here. You get a chance to make a difference. You get a chance to change your life and change your situation right now. You matter. You are one of one. 1 out of 7.8 billion. You are rare. You are priceless. You matter. You are one of one. You can make a difference. You can keep going. You have to use this moment and cherish each one of your moments. 23,000 times people breathe in and breathe out every single day. On average, 23,000 times you'll inhale and you'll exhale. 23,000 times that you don't even have to think about it, that life is just going and being recycled inside and out of you, and you don't have to think about 23,000. I want you to write that number down. Wherever you are, I want you to write and remember that number down. 23,000. See, a lot of you all that have served understand what it's like to hold your breath. And you know what it's like maybe to even choke on a little food, water goes down the wrong pipe, or maybe you have asthma, or maybe you were conditioning and getting in shape and you couldn't catch your breath, and you know how valuable each one of those breaths are. You know how valuable it is. I need you to make each one of your breaths count. I need you to not take this day for granted, and I need you to start in the foundation of everything that you do in walking in purpose needs to be in being thankful for this moment. Speaking of being thankful, one of the best days of my life was when I had an opportunity to see my uniform for the Indianapolis Colts for the first time. Ooh, I held up that white uniform, number 83, let me see, H-A-L-L, they got my name right, number 83. I wanted 88, but Marvin Harrison had that. Ooh, this is nice. Ooh, I made it now. Look at the royal blue numbers. Let's go. We here. It wasn't signing my contract. No, it wasn't signing my contract. It wasn't having a check. Well, the check was nice too, but it wasn't even that. It was the fact that I got a chance to see my uniform for the very first time. I hadn't even put it on yet. They just had it on a hanger in my locker. I was just excited to see my uniform. I had been visualizing this day my whole life since I was 7 years old, to have a professional jersey with my name on it, the Indianapolis Colts, my family's last name on it. I was so excited. I was pumped up. I probably forgot to put on the rest of the shoulder pads, but I had my jersey in my hand. I had realized my dream and it came true. So when I put that uniform on Sundays on game day, I felt invincible, right? I felt powerful. I felt confident. I mean, there was literally nothing that could stop me on or off the field when I had on that uniform. Even when I took it off and put it back in my locker, handed it to the trainers to be able to wash, I still knew that the next Sunday I was going to put on my uniform again, and it was going to make me feel invincible again, to feel powerful again, to feel bold again, to be stronger than most again. And every Sunday I got tied up in that, and I loved it. But it's interesting. The longer I wore that uniform, every weekend that went by, every year that went by, that uniform didn't mean as much to me. It wasn't as valuable as it was the first time or the second time or the third time I put that uniform on. However, I still walked around with the boldness. I still walked around with the confidence, but somehow along the way, I lost my purpose inside of that uniform. See, that uniform got infused with my identity somehow, and I became the uniform. So I attributed, or whenever I needed confidence, I had to think about me as a football player. I had to think about that uniform and what it was doing for me. Because when you have on a uniform, let's be honest, people are waving to you, people are smiling to you, smiling at you, people are asking for autographs, people are letting you go before them in line, people are paying for your dinner, paying for your breakfast, you're getting first class upgrades just because people know you by your uniform, by what you do, and you get wrapped up in that thinking that the only value that I have is because of the uniform that I have on. But when you transition away from that uniform, when you finally have to take off the helmet or take off your uniform, suddenly you start to lose yourself. You find yourself in a slowly but surely depressive state. And you start to sit back and wonder, what's going on with my life? Why am I feeling weak? Why am I feeling broken? Why is no one waving at me anymore? Why is nobody acknowledging me anymore? Don't they know what I did for the last 8 to 10 years? Don't they know that I've been playing football since I was a little boy? Don't they know I've sacrificed? Don't they know I've given? I'm sure some of you all can relate. Don't they know what I put on the table? Don't they know what I've given up? People I've lost in my life because I was pursuing my dream. Don't they understand that? But when your uniform gets infused with your identity, you have to get back to walking in purpose. You cannot allow your uniform to get you out of form. I'm going to say it again. You cannot allow your uniform to get you out of form, to get you out of character, to get you away from your original identity of walking in purpose. You cannot allow your uniform to get you out of form. It's not about what you do, it's about who you are. It's not about what you do, it's about who you are. Life is about who you are. Are you still honest? Are you still hardworking? Do you still put in effort? Are you still team-oriented? Are you still willing to sacrifice for the benefit of others? And those other people may not even ever be able to repay you. It's not about what you do, it's about who you are. Peyton Manning revolutionized the quarterback position. I mean, he's audible in at the line of scrimmage, calling out Omahas and apples and saying all these random things that have nothing to do with football, but meant something to his team. He revolutionized the sport. But Peyton Manning made the QB position. The QB position didn't make Peyton Manning. I'll say it again. Peyton Manning made and revolutionized the quarterback position. The quarterback position didn't make Peyton Manning. Your uniform didn't make you. The uniform looks good because you were in it. The uniform is awesome and amazing, and people salute you and honor you because you're in it. When you walk into a room, you have the uniform on. You know how many people have wanted to wear that uniform and they couldn't, but you had what it took. And so because you're wearing it, and it leaves you, doesn't necessarily mean that that power and that confidence can't stay with you. The uniform did not make you, you made the uniform. As a matter of fact, your uniform is just an introduction to the impact that you could have in the universe if you walk in purpose. Come on. Your uniform was just an introduction to the impact that you could make on the entire universe if you walk in purpose. What do I mean by introduction? If you help a person, if you serve a person, and that person serves a person, and that person serves a family, and that family serves a county, and that county serves the state, and that state serves the country, and the country changes the world. You literally could be the reason that the entire world goes from poverty to power. Your decision to walk in purpose, to get outside and forget your uniform, but just serve the way that you served in that uniform. Sacrifice the way that you sacrificed in that uniform. If you just get outside of thinking that I have to have something on my back to make a difference or to walk in purpose, you'll see your real power. Your uniform literally was just an introduction. All those people waving, all those people smiling, all those people feeling free and feeling safe had nothing to do with your uniform. It had everything to do with you, had everything to do with your will, had everything to do with your perseverant nature, had everything to do with your resilience and your ability to put other people first instead of putting yourself. That's what taking off the uniform should do to you. Your superpower is not in cloth. Your superpower is not in the knitting. Your superpower is not in the sewing. Your superpower is in the different type of sewing, of giving, of planting seeds, of helping out, of saving others, using your life to make a difference. I got a date I want you guys to write down. It's a very significant date. January 30th, 2009. January 30th, 2009. And I witnessed something that I feel was so powerful and so impactful. There was a man whose daughter had been kidnapped, and he's going through a lot, and he's frustrated, he's angry. He had had a divorce already, and so his wife was reaching out to him, and she's concerned, and there's a lot going on. And he's trying to figure out and work with the authorities on how to get his daughter back. Well, they couldn't figure it out, but he was a skillful individual. In some way, somehow, he made contact with the people who had kidnapped his daughter. I want you to write it down, January 30th, 2009. And he got on the phone with them, and he said, if you're looking for ransom, I can tell you right now, I don't have any money, but I have a very particular set of skills that I've acquired over the course of a lifelong career, skills that make people like me a nightmare for people like you. He said, I have a skill set that makes me a nightmare for people like you? Well, let's substitute people and drop in the word problems. Over the course of your lifetime, you've acquired a certain set of skills that make you a nightmare for problems like poverty, that make you a nightmare for negative circumstances like homelessness, that make you a nightmare for problems in negative situations like alcoholism or fatherless kids or whatever it may be. You have a specific set of skills: sacrifice, hard work, effort, what it means to be team-oriented, goal setting, strategizing, all these different things, mechanics. You have all these different skill sets that you can offer to the world, that all of a sudden you become a nightmare to problems. You should want to be a nightmare to problems. You should literally be sitting back and say, I have enough talent and enough gifts on the inside of me. Again, my uniform's on the outside. Enough gifts on the inside of me to make a difference in the walking purpose long term. I told you January 30th, 2009. I did that on purpose because if you know my narrative, I got that from Liam Neeson in the movie Taken. Came out on January 30th, 2009. Either way, you understand my point now, where you can take something in your life from the outside, like a uniform or like a movie, and you could use it to your advantage. You could be inspired by a uniform. Yes, you could be inspired by a football team. Yes, you could be inspired by someone going through something challenging. You could be inspired by a LeBron James or a Tom Brady. You could be inspired by a president. You could be inspired by whatever you want to. You could pull something from the outside and you could own it and make it your own to make a difference long term in the lives of others. All right, I know some of you are like, you know what, this is motivational, this is encouraging, but Roy, I need some steps. What can I do to help me walk in purpose? What can I do to help me be thankful? What can I do that can constantly remind me that I'm one of one? What are some of the steps? What can I do? What are some of the steps I can take to go to the next level in my life, to get out of this rut, to get unstuck, to figure out a way to walk in power even though I don't have my uniform on, or to figure out a way to not allow my uniform to get infused with my identity. And so I'm going to give you these 3 steps, these 3 things I need you to do, just real quick action steps that you can literally do as soon as you get done watching this. I need you to go to gallantfew.org and fill out the asthma check. I need you to go take care of that right now. I'm literally telling you, this is one of the primary ways that you can start that journey. It's completely confidential. It's just a brief survey to not only tell you where you are right now, but to help you go to where you want to get to, right? We're talking goals, we're talking morals, we're talking your values. It just wants to get a framework to start to build off of. Gallantfew.org. Many people will just overlook this. This is the very first step. The very first step. Gallant Few is offering hope and purpose and that guidance to any branch of the military, anywhere, any era, any time, any place, all the any's. They are doing it for you all. So go to gallantfew.org. It's an amazing resource. It's an amazing resource that you can use. The other thing that you can do to continue to put you on the journey to walk in purpose, if you're in the Central Ohio area or just around in general, you can go to staydriven.org. Staydriven.org. That is my nonprofit organization. I am one of the co-founders along with former Ohio State defensive back and former Indianapolis Colts defensive back Antonio Smith. And we provide basic human needs to families all around the city, all around the state. Over the last 9 years, we've given away 1.3 million pounds of free food to over 9,500 families. And so we work with kids through leadership. If you have skills building things, if you have skills, people skills, if accounting skills, if you just want to get back and drop off and deliver some boxes to some families in need, staydriven.org is a great resource for you. And last but not least, if you've enjoyed this presentation with you all today, you can go to royhalljr.com to find out more about personal and professional development in your respective fields. It's been an honor to serve you all today. Be bold, be gallant.